Hello everyone, welcome to my channel SW Metro official channel.
Even if I want sister wives to last forever, I think it's time for the show to end. They could go out on their own terms. Sister Wives has had an incredible run, and even though I want to watch Kody Brown on screen for as many years as I can, I think the show needs to come to an end before it's too late to finish things with grace. Throughout Sister Wives season 19, there's been a lot of drama about the separation of the family. Kody and Robyn Brown have been up against Meri Brown and Janelle Brown surrounding their stakes in Coyote Pass. While Christine Brown and David Woolley have been acclimating to their marriage, the rest of the Browns have been struggling. Despite knowing that Sister Wives is changing rapidly after seeing the breakdown of the Brown family, it's clear that there's the possibility for the show to continue in a very different way than it's been over the past several years. After Kody's divorces changed the DNA of the series once, his difficult post-marriage relationships with his ex-wives could impact the way the show presents once again. While I love Sister Wives and would selfishly love to keep it on the air forever, I think it's time that the show came to a graceful end before anything else changes too dramatically. Although Sister Wives is on its last legs in terms of the Brown family's connection, it has revolutionized reality television. While the Brown family has been sharing the way their relationships have changed through the years, it's also been able to give viewers an inside look at plural marriage that they never would have been able to anticipate. Sister Wives has been able to shine light on a subset of relationships that hasn't been heavily featured before, and for better or for worse, has changed the game in terms of reality TV docu-series. Sister Wives should come to an end before things get worse. Although the 19th season of Sister Wives was interesting, the series' subsequent seasons have focused more on Kody's divorces than plural marriage itself. While the lies and deceit from Kody and Robyn have been exposed in a new, exciting way each season, there's only so long that the show can rest on its laurels in that way before it becomes stale. Even as the relationships crumble, it's becoming clear that some major pieces of Sister Wives have had to change. With Sister Wives heavily focused on the fact that Kody's marriages to Meri, Janelle, and Christine have come to an end, the family has been spread out across the U.S. in a way that's changed their interactions more than their relationship statuses. As Kody and Robyn remain in Arizona, Christine and Meri are in different parts of Utah, while Janelle is in North Carolina. The show doesn't seem feasible to continue with so much distance, and that could make it tough for stories to seem natural or organic. Sister Wives could end on the cast's own terms. Although I think I could watch Sister Wives forever without getting bored or losing interest, I think it's time for the show to come to a natural end. With the former family so spread apart, Kody and Robyn struggling to continue to find a reason to share their lives, and viewers more interested in Kody's ex-wives overall, it feels like Sister Wives has come to its natural conclusion. While I'd love to see the Brown family in different iterations of their own shows, I think the original series has run its course and should try to end on its own. Sister Wives, Tony slams Meri as a delusional in real-time clip. During the mid-season break, Sister Wives star Tony Padron appears to offer his perspective on Meri Brown's advice to Christine Brown, his mother-in-law. Tony sees irony in what Meri says, especially after how things ended up in the last few seasons of the TLC series. He suggests that Meri is delusional, and he doesn't stop there. So, it looks like Tony is at it again. He seems to say whatever pops into his mind. But he has to know by now that Meri will hear what he said, yet he says it anyway. Sister Wives, Tony Padron shoots from the hip, several times. A recent video rattled some of Meri Brown's fans. It came from Sister Wives stars Michael T. Brown Padron and Tony Padron on their Patreon site. The video has the two of them in real time sizing up a long-ago episode of their family show. They watch an episode from season 4 and offer their thoughts on it. While Michael T. explains why Meri Brown gave Christine Brown the advice she did, Tony lets loose. He's not buying his wife's excuse for what he sees as Meri being brainwashed. Tony isn't buying Meri Brown's advice as he watches her counseling Christine Brown on the Sister Wives show. Tony and Michael T. are rewatching the series and commenting on the episodes. And Tony had a lot to say about this one from season 4. Michael T. Brown Padron dances around, but Tony calls it brainwashing. Christine Brown is unhappy in her marriage, and in this episode she tells this to Meri Brown. But instead of empathizing with her sister-wife, Meri tells Christine she has to change. Meri explains how Christine needs to conform to Kody's ways as Meri has. So, if Christine did the same, Meri thinks she would make life easier for herself. Kody danced around with her words. She basically described Meri's advice as a polygamy thing. But not Tony. He was mortified by what he heard and called it grade A brainwashing. He also said Meri sounded delusional. Plus he pointed out the irony in Meri's words. Kody gave up being a husband to Meri a long time ago, long before he kicked out the other wives. So, Tony didn't see that Meri's advice worked for her. Sister wives, Meri is also called out by Christine Brown. Therefore, Tony and Kody watched yet another episode from long ago this week. It was from a time way before Meri ever thought of leaving her sister wife's husband. In this episode, Christine Brown asked Meri Brown if this is what she does, change the way she is to fit in with Kody. Meri said she did, but Christine didn't see it working for Meri. At the time Christine reminded her how Kody neglected spending time with her, even on important dates like her birthday. For this, Meri seemed to have trouble making a comeback. But she ended up blaming it on other things going on at the same time. Then Meri said that didn't matter. By using her strategy, she gets along with Kody when he is around. And it sounds like back then, she was able to do that by morphing herself into what Kody wanted. Tony not buying Meri Brown's jargon. Tony Padron gave his critique of Meri's advice on a public venue, where his father-in-law Kody Brown could easily see it. The same holds true for the rest of his sister wife's family. They too can all easily hear or watch what Tony had to say. So, if Tony sees this as brainwashing, that would likely infuriate Kody Brown. After all, he is, or was, the leader of the family. The sister wife's patriarch agreed to do this series to combat the stigma of polygamy, like brainwashing. Anyway, Tony calls it out loud. He thinks Meri's advice to Christine is nothing but delusional. And it seems that even back then Christine Brown agreed with Tony's line of thinking on this. Today Meri is a different woman. She may see Tony's take on this and agree. Today Meri Brown's mindset seems so much different than from back then. Fans see her train of thought more like you have to be genuine self. So if marriage is ever in the cards again for Meri, you likely won't find Meri becoming a facsimile of something a future husband wants her to be, either on or off the TLC series. Christine Brown of Sister Wives confirms that she has a body tattoo of David. Sister Wives star Christine Brown Woolley has just confirmed a tattoo of her husband, David Woolley, on her body. So, when did this happen, where is it located, and has he reciprocated? Keep reading for more details on Christine's memorable ink. Christine Brown confirms tattoo of David on body. Christine Brown Woolley was kind and strict about her behavior despite her plural marriage and membership in the Mormon Church. Her former sister wife, Janelle Brown, even noted how Christine would reprimand the kids when they would curse. Therefore, it was quite a plot twist to leave the Browns, relocate to Utah, and discover a man with tattoos and a passion for motorcycles. Yet, that was exactly what Christine manifested upon starting to date again, and David Woolley fulfilled all of her dreams. They even got matching tattoos at Gwendolyn Brown's engagement party. This was Christine's first, but she knew she would be with David for the rest of her life. The Sister Wives star has developed a taste for tattoos. She was concerned about the scar when her daughter, Isabel Brown, underwent surgery for scoliosis. At that point, Christine stated that she would not object if Isabel covered it up with ink, despite the fact that her father, Kody Brown, did not agree. Now, Christine has shown off a new tattoo, and it is off her husband's face. She has it on her arm, but some wondered if it was a birthmark, based on the way it was displayed. Finally, Christine is speaking out about the tattoo and whether or not it is permanent. Maybe Christine Brown Woolley's tattoo is temporary, but her love for David Woolley is forever. The two tied the knot in October 2023, just months after meeting and falling in love. They moved in together before they even got engaged and have since gone into business. The Sister Wives star and David opened up an Airbnb in Moab, Utah, and have since expanded their journey. They now operate a second Airbnb in Hurricane, Utah, and their customers are delighted with the location. For over a decade, Sister Wives has captivated audiences with its unique and often dramatic depiction of plural marriage. Since its premiere in 2010, the Brown family has taken viewers on an emotional roller coaster filled with love, conflict, resilience, and heartbreak. As much as I, along with many fans, have cherished the journey, I believe it's time for the show to come to a graceful conclusion. Not because it has lost its relevance, but because sometimes, ending on one's own terms is the best way to preserve a legacy. The evolution of Sister Wives, from unity to separation. When Sister Wives first aired, it was marketed as a progressive, eye-opening look into the lives of a polygamous family. The Browns initially sought to break stereotypes, show the benefits of their chosen lifestyle, and advocate for the legality of plural marriage. Back then, the family operated as a cohesive unit, moving from Utah to Las Vegas in pursuit of a better life away from legal scrutiny. Fans tuned in to watch how Kody, Meri, Janelle, Christine, and Robyn navigated family dynamics, child-rearing, and faith. However, over the years, cracks began to appear. The once united front slowly unraveled, exposing deep-seated issues in Kody's relationships with his wives. What began as a show about love and unity morphed into a series dominated by emotional turmoil, failed marriages, and shifting alliances. Christine's departure in 2021 was a turning point, signaling that the family we once knew was no longer sustainable. The subsequent separations of Janelle and Meri only solidified this sentiment. At this point, Sister Wives no longer documents a polygamous family navigating life together, rather, it follows the dissolution of what was once a shared dream. The shift in fan sentiment. Many longtime viewers feel the show has strayed too far from its original premise. In the early seasons, audiences were drawn to the idea of witnessing a functional plural marriage in modern America. Fans wanted to see how the Browns managed love, parenting, and relationships within their unique structure. But now, the show often feels like an extended therapy session riddled with resentment, hurt feelings, and a clear imbalance of power. Kody's favoritism toward Robyn has not gone unnoticed, and for many fans, his treatment of his other wives has become increasingly frustrating to watch. What was once an insightful look into plural marriage has turned into a display of dysfunction, with Kody seemingly checked out of all relationships except the one with Robyn. The constant tension and emotional distress have made the show exhausting for some viewers, leading to calls for its conclusion before it becomes completely unwatchable. The Browns deserve privacy and healing. One of the biggest reasons the show should end is the well-being of the Browns themselves. Reality television takes a toll on those who participate in it, and the Browns have endured over a decade of having their personal lives scrutinized by millions. Every disagreement, heartbreak, and moment of vulnerability has been laid bare for public consumption. Christine, for example, has flourished since leaving Kody, finding newfound independence and love outside of polygamy. Janelle, too, has embraced a more independent lifestyle, and Meri has pursued her own ventures. Watching them reclaim their autonomy is inspiring, but it also begs the question, do they really need the show anymore? At this point, their personal growth might be better served without cameras constantly rolling, allowing them to fully heal and move forward without the pressure of public judgment. Avoiding the pitfalls of overstaying welcome. Many reality TV shows overstay their welcome, dragging out storylines far beyond their natural conclusion. We've seen it happen with countless series that started strong but lost their magic by stretching narratives beyond their capacity. Sister Wives risks falling into this trap. If the show continues for too long, it may end up becoming a shadow of what it once was, focused more on rehashing old drama than providing meaningful insight into relationships and family dynamics. By choosing to end the show on their own terms, the Browns could ensure that their legacy remains intact. Instead of allowing the show to fizzle out with dwindling viewership and forced narratives, they could craft a final season that provides closure, celebrating the journey they've taken and the lessons they've learned. A well-planned conclusion would allow each family member to share their final thoughts, reflect on their experiences, and provide a satisfying ending for loyal fans. The future for the Browns. Ending Sister Wives doesn't mean the Browns will disappear from the public eye completely. Many of them have thriving social media presences and personal businesses. Christine and Janelle, for example, have built strong followings online, offering glimpses into their new lives post-Kody. If they choose to, they could continue sharing their stories through other means, such as YouTube, podcasts, or even memoirs. Kody and Robyn, on the other hand, may want to retreat into a more private life. Without the show, they could focus on their remaining family unit without the pressures of cameras capturing their every move. For the children, an end to the show could also mean a chance to